Intuit has created several different versions of the QuickBooks accounting software. Let's talk about the different versions that are available. As I mentioned, we'll be using the QuickBooks Pro in this training. Nonetheless, since most of the functionality exists in all versions and the screens work generally the same way, it's not required that you use the QuickBooks Pro to get the value from this training. QuickBooks Pro is simply the most common of the versions. The QuickBooks Online edition is designed so that you can use QuickBooks software over the internet. There's a monthly fee which covers the cost of the software, storing all the files, backups, and features that are available in the Online edition. You might want to consider this version if you have multiple offices or people accessing the files from a lot of different locations, since it's done all over the internet. A disadvantage for some of the online software is that you will need to have a high-speed internet connection wherever you wish to access your accounting system. Furthermore, the online edition lacks some of the features that are available on the other editions. Intuit has also created a QuickBooks Pro for Mac, which typically trails the PC version by about 2 years as far as functionality goes. Since less than 10% of the QuickBooks users use a Mac platform, Intuit doesn't apply the same level of attention to Mac users as they do the PC versions. I'd like to add that many Mac users use the PC emulation software that makes it so you can run PC software on the Mac platform, getting all of the features that are available in the PC versions of QuickBooks and still be able to use their Mac. Next, we will have the QuickBooks Pro Edition, which is the one we will be using in this training since most companies will be able to do everything they need with the Pro version of the software. This version contains virtually all of the accounting tools plus a host of additional features that makes record keeping quick, effective, and powerful. On occasion, there is a value in purchasing the QuickBooks Premier version, but it's in most cases not necessary to spend the extra money to do so. Most of the features that are available in Premier or the industry-specific versions of the software, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, can be created with Pro with a little extra effort. Premier has all the features of Pro, plus it has a couple of extra features. First, it has remote access, which means that you can access the company file from anywhere in the world via the internet. All you have to do is have the computer turned on where the company file resides and connected to the internet. There's a charge for that service. However, the first year subscription is free when you purchase the Premier software. There are some additional reporting capabilities, and there are some inventory assembly features that aren't available in Pro, but I've found most companies don't need that. Intuit's QuickBooks Premier Plus monthly subscription allows you to receive the software and include many features for a small monthly fee. This fee includes upgrades, support, backups, and you'll receive updates consistently. Intuit has created industry-specific versions for the QuickBooks Premier. They've identified a few industries that have unique requirements and features not available on the QuickBooks Pro, so they created unique interfaces, reports, and tasks that meet the needs of that industry. These industries and the differences in the software are listed in your manual. Remember, if you work in one of those industry types, you are not required to purchase the industry-specific software. It's likely that QuickBooks Pro will do nearly everything you will need in your accounting tasks. However, in some cases you may find the features of an industry-specific version to be worth the added investment. There's also an Enterprise Solutions version of Intuit's accounting software. What this is QuickBooks Pro on steroids. It has all the Premier features, plus up to 20 users can access the file at the same time in the Enterprise Solutions, instead of just the 3 that are available in Pro and the 5 that are available in the Premier software. It has improved performance, and it's much more powerful, not only in multi-user mode, but also just running the program. It also has enhanced security. In QuickBooks Pro and QuickBooks Premier, there are 8 different areas where you can limit the access the users have to the system. In Enterprise Solutions, there are 108 different areas where you can control access. They've also eliminated the limits on the number of customers, clients, and items that you can maintain. Of course, to have a more powerful system, you'll pay nearly 8 times the cost of the QuickBooks Pro, and it's not necessarily until the company grows in size and sophistication. Most companies start with QuickBooks Pro and advance to Enterprise once their company exceeds the limits of QuickBooks. One thing that you need to be made aware of is, if you do have the Accountant's Edition of the software, which is actually what I'm using, but I'm displaying it on the QuickBooks Pro format, you have an option under File to toggle to different versions. This permits you to display your QuickBooks on your screen in any of these different versions of the software. So if you have accounting clients using different versions of the software, which is very possible, you can bring the same display on your screen when you're talking to them on the phone that they have on their screen. That way you can see what they see. When you purchase the Premier software, actually you get any of these industry-specific softwares that you want. So if you get Premier, you can choose to install the nonprofit, the contractor, or the retail edition, or any of these other editions you want to use. So, if you have installed the software already and have just set up the general edition of the software, and decide you want to go to one of the other editions, for example, the manufacturing edition, all you need to do is uninstall the software and then reinstall it, and you can just select which version you want to install, because you have received all of those industry-specific editions of the software on your CD. As far as the edition that you want to use, just select which one is going to work best for you. For most of you, Pro will do just fine. The Accountant's Edition is suggested for someone who is doing books for several different clients.